Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, beautiful soul family, and welcome to Weekly Wisdom and Insights, your home for spiritually guided transformation and empowerment. I am your host, Dearjames, and together with the unseen, Spirit, Source, and Symphony, we look at the current energies, the intuitive wisdom and insights, and we go as guided. And we have beautiful, beautiful energies, conflicting energies, par for the course. Welcome, Kiki. So as you join from around the globe, put a shout out in the comments, and remember that we incorporate your comments throughout the show. So let's jump in with our main energies because there's so much, and this has to do with the upcoming Virgo season and the Virgo new moon that's coming up on the 23rd of August. But we're working with, it's an 8-month, so uniting, unite, 20, it's contemplation, having a higher overview of things. It's a 9-year, all year long, so it's small restraints, surrender, having the necessary steps, taking the necessary steps, and to keep surrendering to yourself, to your soul self. We're going to work with hexagram 19 today. It's approach, advance, and welcome, Olivia. And then, of course, the 1 and a 9 become a 10. It's treading, cautious advance. It's to, again, walk with clarity and consciousness and awareness. And then it all culminates in a 1, the creative force, and to initiate. And so there's a lot of energies here that you'll see in these upcoming, in the Virgo upcoming season and this Virgo new moon, because this window, Saturday is the Virgo new moon. It begins the eclipse season. We have 2 eclipses. Welcome, Alicia. And so we have double eclipses happening in the month of September. So we have all of that going on. Now let's look at the astrological chart for this Virgo new moon. And you can see there's this aspect in the center, and what it was saying to me intuitively was that our astrological energies are straight to the heart of the matter. So there's this straight to the heart of the matter. We're going to get to the heart of things. We're going to get to the center of things. And in the center of this chart, you see it's like a bow pulled back, an arrow and a bow pulled back. And there are some challenging, Venus is opposite Pluto. And then the new moon and the sun are conjunct the ascendant, which doesn't happen often, and it's only for a few hours, and then also it's conjunct the lot of fortune. So you have all of these things happening, and they happen to then be square Uranus, expect the unexpected. And so this Virgo new moon is going to have a lot of unexpected elements, higher mind elements. And then we also have Mars squaring Jupiter. So there's a lot here and Mercury is sextile Mars. So what does all that mean? It means straight to the heart of the matter. And no matter how we get there, how you get there, it's gonna pierce the veils. It's gonna go right to the heart and the center of things. So it's kind of like it's number 2 from the unseen. It's cutting through the minutia. And this opposites attract. They unite. So in our individual lives, we can have this moment where we recognize that these opposites attract. It can be in a relationship or an attraction of a relationship, but it's also about how opposites can actually be, the springboard that we've been looking for. And how when we unite and we cut through the minutia, all this, the things that don't really matter, when you just cut to the heart of it, boom, magic. And it's unexpected, Uranus. So again, be open to how the unseen propels you forward, how the soul propels you forward. Now let's look, because we had this was our main theme last week, and this is again with these energies. It's the star of magic crossing the Rubicon. Jupiter and Venus align with Sirius. And we have this mythical creature, the unicorn. Well, this week's main theme, they are playing together, is the phoenix, the mythical phoenix. And it's higher octave, healing, and service, a preview into the beyond. So these Virgo energies, the Virgo season, the Virgo new moon, the upcoming eclipses, this is higher octave healing and higher octave service, and a preview into the beyond. And I just want to take for a moment and talk about the phoenix. So the phoenix rising is a powerful spiritual symbol representing renewal, rebirth, and transformation. It embodies the idea that even after destruction or loss, new life, strength, and wisdom can emerge. This mythical bird cycle of death and rebirth mirrors the human experience of overcoming challenges and evolving into a stronger, more enlightened self. Its most prominent symbol is its ability to rise from the ashes, signifying a fresh start after destruction or difficult times. See, this is talking about the fact that we're going to rise from the ashes. We've been talking about how, Rome is burning, if you will, and how everything, the old is collapsing while the new rises. And that's what we're talking to. And it's magical. It's a mythical transformation. Is it messy? Is there fire? Is there destruction involved? Yes. But from those ashes, rebirth, renewal. The phoenix's journey from fire to rebirth represents personal growth and the shedding of old patterns or limiting beliefs to embrace a new, rejuvenated life. The matriarchal Aquarian We the People era is this rejuvenated new life. So from the old, we're shedding the old patterns and the old limiting beliefs, the old labels, identities, masks, scripts, stories, truths we tell ourselves, for this new rejuvenated life. The fiery trials the phoenix endures highlight its inner fortitude and ability to persevere through adversity, inspiring individuals to find their own strength during challenging times. This is to remain centered, go to your center, to keep yourself stable. And not only stable, but to thrive, because again, when we focus our energies in the right place, the right space, that is what's coming back to us. The sight of the phoenix rising offers a beacon of hope, reminding us that renewal is always possible, even in the darkest of situations. The phoenix's journey can be seen as a metaphor for spiritual growth, involving letting go of old beliefs and embracing higher levels of consciousness. We are talking about higher octave healing and service. It's a preview into the beyond. In some traditions, the phoenix is linked to the concept of resurrection, and that is our key word, which we will get to. The concept of resurrection and the continuation of life beyond physical death. The phoenix serves as a reminder that even in the face of loss and destruction, there is always the potential for a new beginning, a stronger self, and a renewed sense of purpose. It's about not losing hope. It's about staying focused on the light, on hope, on the positive aspects that are present around us in every moment. It's our first quote, and we'll come to it, but I'm going to use this now. In creating, the only hard thing is to begin. A grass's blade is no easier to make than an oak. And this is a quote by James Lowell. So you can see that with the phoenix, nothing's impossible. Nothing, and in fact, it's expected. We're going to rise from the ashes. Just continuing, the phoenix, a mythical bird that cyclically regenerates or is reborn from the ashes of its predecessor, is widely associated with healing, renewal, and transformation. This is higher octave healing, higher octave transformation, higher octave service, because we're inverting it. Remember, we're inverting. It used to be I, me, but now it's we. How do I serve the people, the greater good, and in reciprocity, in return, I receive, which is a complete paradigm shift of where we've been. And we're watching, those that are so afraid that the old is collapsing, so afraid because they're unwilling at this point to release the old, to see how embracing the new catapults you into ever greater heights of experience. There's nothing to fear. It's only just to adjust. Keep adjusting. Keep fine-tuning. Keep honing and polishing your stone. Keep following your soul source connection. The wisdom of the unseen, of the soul. It's always guiding you. It's just to what degree do you listen? What degree are we listening? So this symbolism stems from the phoenix's mythical ability to rise from the ashes of a burnt out self. We're burnt out. It's over. Representing overcoming adversity and emerging stronger. Not weaker, stronger. In various contexts, the phoenix's rising is linked to overcoming challenges, shedding old patterns, and embracing a new, more empowered version of oneself. See, when we surrender, we keep surrendering to ourselves, and when we keep facing the challenges, the shadow, and when we're going to rise from the ashes, we just have to be willing to let the old way, the old self, the old thought or belief die. Then rebirth, renewal, and it's more empowered. It's a more empowered version of us, and us individually, us collectively. It's cyclical. The phoenix's cyclical regeneration is a powerful symbol of rebirth, and it's rising from the ashes, and its motif is often used in the context of healing from trauma, loss, or periods of suffering. We are going through a massive period of trauma, loss, suffering, this destruction, pain, but it's to shed the old, not to relive it, not to rewind time, but to transcend it, transmute it. And the phoenix rising, lastly, can also represent spiritual transformation, where individuals shed their old selves and embrace a higher level of consciousness, higher octave healing and service, much like the mythical phoenix's fiery plumage, symbolizing the burning away of the old to make way for the new. So we have this beautiful, last week, the mythical, wrong one, there we go, the mythical unicorn, and this week, the mythical phoenix rising. They're mythical because they inspire. They're teaching us, they're reminding us, they're showing up right at this moment to remind us of our connectivity to the unseen, to the divine, to the mythical. Because that's the host, that's the master weaver, that's the one who's driving the show. So let us remember our connectivity to this. Why? Upcoming Virgo season begins on the it's coming up in a couple of days, like on Friday, is when Virgo season starts. The Virgo new moon is on August 23rd, and it is square Uranus. It's conjunct the ascendant. It's conjunct the lot of fortune. So higher, where we're going, benefit, auspiciousness, but higher mind. It's square, frictional with Uranus, which means it's gonna quantum leap us forward. It is, let me just bring it up because we've been working with this. It is the star, the hermit, the temperance, and the tower. So expect tower moments. They need not be negative. They can be absolutely positive when you're listening, when you're in alignment, when you're going as guided, when you're doing the necessary, you're walking the walk and talking the talk. It's going to be powerful and positive tower moments. Head in the sand, buried, trying to hold back time, whatever. They're going to be tower moments that are not pretty, and they're going to be rough, but they're going to, but the force is the same. The purpose, the intent is the same. To move us forward, to move you forward. So now let's rock to our mantra, because this is, I am the quantum leap before me. See, it's already built in. And this Virgo season and the Virgo new moon and its square Uranus and all of these energies and this higher octave healing and service, a preview into the beyond, it's calling for a quantum leap. So I am the quantum leap before me. There's nothing outside of us. There's nothing outside of you. It's all within you. So when the towers fall, when the moments come that cause quantum leaps of faith, of knowing, don't hesitate. Run, don't walk. Do it with absolute faith that you are being divinely guided and led to a higher octave of healing, a higher octave of service, and this preview into the beyond. Because we're cutting through the minutia, opposites attract, they unite, they come together, that purple wave, because even just American politics, red, blue, Democrat, Republican, and this whole, well, what happens when opposites unite? It's a purple wave, they come together, because there's a higher, greater calling or cause besides this division, this destruction, this wanting everybody to hate each other. So this is how, and opposites, maybe it's ego, mind, personality, human, and soul. Maybe they've been two different things. One is afraid to follow your soul. So it's an opposite. Because the ego, mind, personality, human is the beast you know. Well, what happens when those opposites unite? Kiki is saying, based on my spiritual beliefs on the old TV show Quantum Leap, yes, there's an aspect where, again, this is this aspect of quantum leaping forward. And it's a beautiful time. It's just going to happen. It's going to happen. So it's just how, we're at the dance. How do you choose to experience the dance, or how do you choose to dance? Do you go out on the dance floor just yes, and you're in the flow of the energy and the music and the knowing and the vibe and the energy? Or are you just pushing back on it? That's how you're going to experience it. But experience it, you will. And number 3 from the unseen, 1 and 3 go together. So this Virgo season and Virgo new moon, they said accelerated growth, advance, achievement, healing. So in this upcoming Virgo season and the eclipses that are occurring and the Virgo new moon, it's accelerated growth, advance, achievement, and healing. 3 from the unseen is a new reality emerges. And this was from the show in September 7th of 2022, 3 years ago. And this has to do with the Uranus-Sedna conjunction. You'll see that in a minute. And it's a wake-up call. They're talking about this is a wake-up call. A new reality emerges. A higher destiny revealed. So where we thought we were, where we thought we were going, where we individually, collectively, humanity as a whole, it's a higher destiny that's revealed. A preview into the beyond. Because there is something beyond the patriarchal Piscean 2,000 plus years that we've been in this cycle. There's something beyond it. There's something more. And that is where all of this is moving and guiding us through and to. And so in the weekly wisdom and insights, that's what we've been doing. The unseen has been preparing us since November 17th of 2021. We're almost at 4 years that we've been on this journey of preparation, of awareness, of wisdom and knowledge. That's where we find ourselves to prepare us for what's beyond where we've been. And so a wake-up call, a new reality emerges, a higher destiny revealed. So now let's jump into some of the astrology with all of this. And we're going to work with hexagram 19 as well. This is from the Power Path and Lena Stevens at the Power Path. This new moon is all about a restart, a fresh start, a blank canvas, and a huge opportunity for the reinvention of whatever needs it at this time. There is support for taking charge. There's that creative force, number 1, for taking charge and being proactive with reorganization and reconfiguring what does not work or is not sustainable. We're being implored to look at, to let go of, to organize, to be ready, be prepared. In addition to this being a very practical, organized, and productive time, it is also an opportunity for an elevation in consciousness and a raising of vibration, higher octave healing and service. To honor this, make sure you take some time for spiritual practices, intention setting, and truth-telling around what needs to change. Staying optimistic and positive is very helpful as it imprints the quantum field. Quantum leaps forward. We're all energy. What we're focused on, when we're focused on the positive, when we're focused on being in alignment with soul source connection, in the flow of the new and the energies, we're imprinting that. And that's coming back to us. It's imprinting the quantum field with your best vision of the future. You're not looking back. You're not fearful. You're excited and looking forward. And that's Lena Stevens from the Power Path. Now I want to move to the Virgo New Moon 2025, a fated reset for your roots and routines. And this is by Soul Healing Astrology with Amanda at medium.com. And because this upcoming Virgo New Moon that's on the 23rd of August has what's known as a yod, a finger of God. We'll get to that in a second. So here we are with Soul Healing Astrology with Amanda at medium.com. This Virgo New Moon on August 23rd isn't here to tiptoe. It's an energetic drill sergeant, shaking up your routines with a disruptive square from Uranus in Gemini. Ruled by Mercury, still retracing its retrograde steps. So Mercury is moving forward, but it's still in its post-shadow phase. And it will be until the 25th, next Monday. So still retracing its retrograde steps. This lunation, this new moon, demands revisions, not just fresh starts. But here's the kicker. Mercury's sextile, which is a harmonious aspect, to Mars in Libra, fuels the stamina to show up for what you're building, even when the path feels uncertain. See, there's all this built-in energy, the creative force, these beautiful sextiles, this is going right to the heart of the matter. It is to move us forward. It is to revise, to disrupt. It's a drill sergeant. It's a wake-up call. There's a new reality emerging, and it's a higher destiny revealed. It's about moving us up, forward and up. So it's not about just revisions, and it's not about it demands revisions. It's not just about starts or fresh starts. So there's a path, it's building, and while it feels uncertain, or we may not know where we're going, we know there's a knowing. Just keep following it. Keep showing up. We may not be able to see down and around the corner, but that's okay. That's the hermit with the lantern. The light in the hermit's lantern is the star, divine. It's divine wisdom. So we have everything. And the temperance card, the beautiful divine, the archangel, the divine angel is crafting and ensuring that what the soul said it would do is being brought down, mixed up, delivered, so that when the tower moment happens, boom, that tower can be a quantum leap into something just amazing and fantastic that you would never have thought to give yourself. It can also equally be the one that says, oh, you're not listening. Okay. And it's the cosmic 2x4 that comes and just knocks the crud out of you. So, Mercury sextile to Mars in Libra fuels the stamina to show up for what you're building, even when the path feels uncertain. With Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto retrograde, and Uranus all aspecting this moon, pressure mounts to release self-sabotage and finally say yes, all capital letters, say yes to what you deserve. So again, it's like this is all about releasing self-sabotage, self-doubt, any areas where you don't believe you're enough or you're good enough. All of that's, Phoenix rising, it's ashes. Because what's going to rise? You finally say yes to what you deserve. And what you deserve is something you feel it. It's at your center. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not ego mind, personality, monkey mind chatter. It's in the heart. It's going direct. Just bring it back up real quickly because it's our astrological influences. Straight to the heart of the matter. So these energies, these astrological energies are moving us right into the heart of the matter. Here we come to the yod. The yod's whisper. This is not by chance. This is fated. This new moon sits at the apex, at the top of a yod, also known as the finger of God. Its quincux, both Pluto retrograde in Aquarius and the Saturn-Neptune retrograde duo in Aries. Translation: your soul's nudging you toward a structural overhaul. The Saturn-Neptune retrograde, Pluto retrogrades at the base of the yod is dissolving old illusions, Neptune, rebuilding foundations, Saturn, and demanding radical authenticity, Pluto. Expect the unexpected. What emerges might not match your original blueprint, but it will align with your evolution. It's going to align with your soul. And so here we see the old foundations and the old, paradigms, the old visions of what we believed in and so forth. And perhaps the inauthenticity where we've been. We've been inauthentic. So all of these things are getting mashed, crumbled to rebuild, to bring in radical authenticity, and to dissolve the old illusions so that what shows up? Our soul. Yes, 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 that's for me. Yes, that's what I want. Yes, that's where I want to live. Yes, that's who I want to be with. Yes, that's who I am. Yeses. No more no's and illusions and false identities and idols and all of this stuff. All of this goo. The goo goes bye-bye. Because again, while it's unexpected, and we might not know where we're going, it will definitely align with your evolution, with your soul. So, last but not least, Uranus's chaos is your catalyst. That Uranus square, it's here to electrify your status quo. Yes, it'll feel jarring when daily routines implode or tech glitches arise. But ask, where have I been clinging to control out of fear? How can I lean into the discomfort because this gives me experience for long-term resilience? So it's about leaning into the fear of things. It's about leaning into, facing the shadow. Don't put your head in the sand. Don't leave it there. Pull it out, see what's going on, and keep stepping forward with all of this beauty and wisdom, within you and at your side, because that's truly what's happening. So now let's look to North Point Journal. This is Pam Youngin's North Point Journal, and she's speaking about a radical new moon. We are advised to expect the unexpected this coming week, especially as we work with the new moon energy starting on Friday and carrying through the weekend. When the sun and moon align to begin the new lunar cycle, they will tightly square radical, surprising Uranus and also square transformational Sedna. Now, in astrology, Sedna is a recently discovered dwarf planet and is associated with themes of transformation, empowerment, and the deep, often painful experiences that lead to personal growth. Her slow orbit and mythological connection to the sea evoke feelings of isolation, existential dread, and the dissolution of boundaries, but also highlight interconnectedness, when opposites attract, unite, interconnectedness and spiritual awakening, higher octave healing, service, awakening consciousness. So Pam Youngin's North Point Journal continues. She says, although Virgo is known for its practicality, efficiency, and ability to organize, the square to rebellious Uranus is likely to toss all plans out the window. This is expect the unexpected. Instead, we can anticipate disruptions to order and sudden or surprising events that require us to be flexible and to let go of Virgo's need to be in control. Adding to Uranus's impact, the sideways spinning planet is especially strong right now as it's moving very slowly in preparation for stationing retrograde on September 7th. So here we've got this, the planet Uranus is getting ready to slow down. So as it's coming into the station or it leaves, when it's retrograding or going direct, the energies amplify and magnify, they get louder. Given that Uranus is a transpersonal planet and the representative of higher mind, we will want to be open to the new ideas that potentially will be available at this new moon. See, there's new ideas, higher octave, higher healing. And we're talking about this, because it's number 4 from the unseen, and it is associated with the temperance card that I just showed you. The unseen is talking about a heightened degree, a turning point or tipping point. So that's where we're reaching. We're coming into this eclipse season, Virgo season, the Virgo new moon. It's all activating this heightened degree, this heightened turning or tipping point. And then they said X marks the spot. It's time. That's a show from August 2nd, 2023. So we're at this kind of apex moment, this point of no return, crossing the Rubicon. We're going for it. I mean, we're all going. We're going for it. Again, to what degree or how are you experiencing this is up to you. So with this, symbolically, Pam Youngin, symbolically, electrical Uranus will be rewiring our brains so that we see beyond our old perceptions and judgments of what is feasible. A preview into the beyond. We're going beyond where we've been. What's feasible? Solutions to any challenges that arise are likely to be different than what we might have considered reasonable in the past. So something completely unexpected or some new way or way to pierce through and break through may present itself. Have the courage, listen, soul source connection, listen, and then go as guided. Be willing to take that quantum leap. Because, as we were saying, I am the quantum leap before me. You are it. It's you and your soul showing up. That's all. It's the ego, mind, personality, human, merging, showing up with the soul and saying, let's do this thing. Uranus-Sedna conjunction. This week's new moon will activate the joint forces of Uranus and Sedna. While the conjunction between these two planets will not be exact until next May, it is within half a degree of perfection now and through most of September. Here's that window. So these are going to be, they're within half a degree right now, Uranus and Sedna. So while it won't actually perfect until next May, we're getting a preview. We're getting a preview into the beyond. The alignment of Uranus and Sedna initiates major social change. It manifests through the breakdown of systems that have been built on lies and the abuse of power. As it also exposes the true history of humanity, it offers new perspectives on reality and an awakening of each person's knowing of their higher destiny. This Friday's new moon opens the lunar cycle that will reach its climax at the total lunar eclipse on September 7th, the same day that Uranus stations retrograde. So we've got, remember, when planets station, their energy is louder, their vibration is louder. That's simultaneously occurring on the same day as this total lunar eclipse on September 7th. So yes, that means we will be working with those life-changing energies as soon as this weekend. This is all from Pam Youngin's North Point Journal. So this is a wake-up call. This is, it's high octane. It's high octave, it's high octane. And so be ready for it. And just be willing to, walk the walk, talk the talk, and be in the flow with these energies. Do not become frightened or fearful. There's no reason to. It doesn't mean we won't get nervous, but it does mean that we just stay calm and centered and go, yes, because it's number 5 from the unseen, which denotes change. Nothing by chance, everything faded. And then they said, hold on, with an exclamation point. So there's nothing by chance. Everything is faded. Go with the flow, the ripple, the wave, the extreme change. Because again, it's like being, it's kind of what the unseen is showing me right now. It's like, it's being on a carnival ride. And we bought the ticket and we got on the ride. And for anybody that's been at a fair, a carnival, an amusement theme park, that type of thing, and you've never seen what the ride does before, right? But you got the ticket, you bought the ticket, you stood in line, you got on the ride. And then all of a sudden, you're on the ride. You have to complete the experience. And then you exit, of course, the other side of the experience. That's what's occurring. So last but not least is Astrology by Lauren. And she's talking about Jupiter-Uranus and the upcoming new moon, this Virgo new moon. She begins with a quote by Rumi. "This being human is a great house, is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whomever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond." And so this is about divine neutrality and seeing that no matter what happens, it's happening for us, not to us. And so to rise up and meet and greet each instance as a reflection, it's a guide from the beyond. It's what our soul asked for. And thereby, and it's for something greater, to transmute something, to ascend, to keep evolving higher. So Astrology by Lauren. On April 20th, 2024, Jupiter and Uranus made a conjunction. They're together at 21 degrees Taurus, 50 arc minutes, launching a new Jupiter-Uranus cycle. On August 23rd, that's coming up on Saturday, Jupiter and Uranus are now making an open semi-square. These 45-degree angles are like a crescent moon phase in which seeds and intentions planted with the conjunction are confronting their first test. So this is about things that we may have thought or wished for or initiated and began, and now they're coming up on their first test. Uranus is always unpredictable, but Jupiter combined with Uranus can be surprisingly so. They can unleash a brand new vision for the future. They can also be riddled with disarray and disruption in our lives. So see, this is where, are you in the flow? Are you going with the flow? Are you going as guided? Or are you trying to hold back time? Are you, head stuck in the sand? Are you trying to prevent something from occurring? And thereby, it's the tower. Which way are you experiencing the tower energies? So it can unleash a brand new vision for the future, or it can be riddled with disarray and disruption. Lauren, Astrology by Lauren continues, Jupiter-Uranus cycles dare us to break out of our customary ways of being and or doing things. We're being implored to reinvent ourselves, to reimagine ourselves, to re-look at, because we're still in the post-shadow phase of Mercury. It is going direct, but it's in the post-retrograde phase, shadow phase. We're being asked to look at this so that we see a new way forward. We see a new you, a new me, a new us. When you combine Jupiter, our truth, our understanding, and expansion, with the planet Uranus, breaking conventions, considering alternatives, trying something new, we can open ourselves up to a whole new way of seeing and being in the world. These planets together can open possibilities, perhaps even beyond our expectations. However, they can also seed chaos, especially at these critical eighth harmonic junctures, such as the semi-square is. So that's an astrological aspect, that this is occurring at an eighth harmonic juncture. So again, will we see seeds of chaos? Yes, because there are those people in positions of authority and power that are in fear. They're in fear of their lives. They're in fear of these changes. They're in fear of losing control and power. If that's you in your individual life, with yourself, with others, with relationships and so forth, would you not rather sow seeds of beauty and opportunity and possibility and newness versus seeds of chaos? Because chaos and destruction collapses. It's just that simple. It's the phoenix rising. It dies, and from the ashes it's reborn. Astrology by Lauren. Jupiter-Uranus breaks down inhibitions, dares us to take risks, and revolts against the status quo. Together they can be exciting and bewildering in a good way, but they can also be contrary and reckless. Jupiter can exaggerate the reckless nature of Uranus, but it can also give us the courage to get out of ruts and embark on a journey of discovery that helps us to further realize our potential. It's a choice. Is it it's the two paths, the two trees, the two houses? It's that beautiful story of, are we choosing, the path less traveled, the tree of beautiful fruit, the house built on stone, of a foundation of stone? And to do that, it's going to allow us to realize our potential. Humans are creatures of habit. We create nests of familiarity and comfort within our daily lives. However, during these Jupiter-Uranus transits, we can benefit by moving beyond our comfort zones. Even small changes can have far-reaching consequences in this weather, especially when it is combined with a new moon such as this will be on the case on August 23rd. Are you feeling an extraordinary desire to be free of a situation, to get out of a rut, to be unleashed? Jupiter-Uranus transits can be restless, impatient, and adventurous. For some, it could feel as if things are changing very quickly, up one day, down the next, requiring you to have to make decisions right away or readjust your compass. Stay at the center of the storm. We talk about this a lot, about staying in the eye of the hurricane, in the center of the storm, and know that the end result can bring incredible opportunities for growth and unexpected breakthroughs. If we're buying into the chaos, if we're out, it's the outer bands of any major storm or a hurricane or a typhoon or anything like that. That's what's just messing everything up. It's perfectly still in the eye, in the center. You want to stay in the eye, in the center, soul source connection, because it's about bringing incredible opportunities for growth and unexpected breakthroughs. And this is true even when it feels like we are in a state of chaos, putting out one fire after another. Jupiter-Uranus cycles push us beyond our comfort zones. This can be welcome when we have been looking for a way out, trying to escape, or looking for the freedom to just live our own best life. The problem with this combination is that it is difficult to determine what the outcomes will be. The weather is just so unpredictable. However, it is specifically in these times of change that we are being given the opportunity to ride this wave. They were talking about right here, to go with the flow, the ripple, the wave, the extreme change. Because nothing by chance, everything faded. Hold on. As Astrology by Lauren is talking about, the weather is just so unpredictable. However, it is specifically in these times of change that we are being given the opportunity to ride this wave, to create a life that is a truer and more authentic expression of who you are. Jupiter-Uranus cycles often have to do with freedom. We're being liberated from the past. So where, again, and that can be individually, where are you being liberated, freed from who you've been? If there's change, when you want change, create it. Surrender to yourself and set yourself free. Freedom to live our own lives without judgment. Freedom to be who you are without having to give any explanation. The semi-square implies that in order for the release to occur, you are being asked to adjust to new changes as they occur, or take the initiative and make whatever changes are needed immediately. Stat. Like these energies, it's the creative force, initiate. So it's to take action. When the opportunity or the tower or the quantum leap is in front of you, take action immediately. Stat. Take each day, one day at a time, and welcome each as it arrives. There is something here to be learned, to be acknowledged, and to be fulfilled. Ride the wave of unpredictability that the Jupiter-Uranus cycle brings, making whatever adjustments are needed along the way. And that was Astrology by Lauren. So we get this major picture, and it's our key word, and it's this beautiful aspect of, the key word is resurrection, and it's this aspect, of course, of renewal. Resurrection is to rise up or stand up, the act of rising from the dead, the phoenix rising. the act or fact of bringing someone back to life. We can be talking about how by doing all of these works and by surrendering and claiming victory of who you are, it's bringing yourself back to life. The concept of coming back to life after death, the restoring of mind and body to their original undying state. It's the soul. Describes something that has been brought back to life, literally or figuratively. So this resurrection brings about new life. It brings about, and it's the permission, the only permission you need is yourself. Permission is an inside job. And so when we give ourselves permission to rise from the dead, where is the old us outdated, done, finished, complete? When we symbolically, figuratively die, let it go, we rise from the ashes. Renewal is brought back. New life is brought to the fore. And that's who we want to be, because life is not stagnant. It's not fixed. It's fluid. It's incarnations within the incarnation. So you want to keep evolving so that what is dead, I mean, it's nature. You prune. Nature prunes itself, but in gardens and so forth, when you prune, the beauty of the garden, of the trees and the flowers and everything, is renewed, and then new life emerges. It grows. It reaches new heights. Trees grow higher when they're pruned. They get bigger. It's the same concept with humans, but we're creatures of habit. And so we get stuck and we stagnate instead of being willing to say yes. Maybe that is a secondary mantra. Say yes. Keep saying yes to your soul, to this higher octave. Number 6 from the unseen, because it's celebration. They said celebration, a long-awaited time, resurrection. So here we are. It's a long-awaited time, a resurrection. And we're right on time. X marks the spot. It's time. We're right here. Now, I'm going to switch really quickly and go to hexagram 19. And this is from Carrie Hone at cafeausoul.com. And we had that first quote. I'll bring it back up again. In creating, the only hard thing is to begin. A grass blade's no easier to make than an oak. Quote by James Lowell. And this is true. And so Earth above joy offers an opportunity where one is favored by circumstances and superiors to advance or receive a promotion. We're being favored. The host, the master weaver, the unseen, it's Earth above joy offers an opportunity where one is favored by circumstances and superiors to advance or receive a promotion. Joy rises to permeate the earth. The hidden influence of return allows you to connect to your center where you can express your talents while at the same time demonstrating your integrity. I mean, this is hardcore authenticity. This is a return to the soul. Now is the time, X marks the spot, it's time. Now is the time to show others that you have a sincere desire to advance. Because see, it can't be, wishy-washy, sitting on the fence, maybe, procrastinating and double talk and speak. No. It's about sincere desire to advance. Approach is a message about making or seeking contact with soul, with the unseen. The underlining cause for this hexagram is that a period of retreat should now lead to advance. But be warned that after favorable times, downturns and a need to retreat may occur again as life moves in cycles. This is cyclical, and that's okay. In this way, we go inward and outward in fixed rhythms. The moment is ripe and won't last forever, so seize the opportunity to make your approach. Now, and this is this Virgo season and the Virgo new moon and these upcoming eclipses in September. It's going to be ripe. The moment is ripe and it won't last forever. So seize the opportunity to make your approach. Now is the time to reach out to others or expect that they will enjoy hearing your ideas or hearing from you. Your confidence is appreciated and your demeanor is non-threatening. Even in small ways, Wallace D. Wattles, small acts in great ways. Even in small ways, you will discover that When you open yourself to helping others, you will discover untapped potential. Go for it and enjoy this time of approach. It's all about saying yes. It's all about saying yes. And it brings us to our second quote. When there are things to be done, one becomes great. When things are to be done, show up for yourselves. Show up for the world. Don't hide your light. And harness the shadow aspects. Nothing is a mistake. It's all choice. There is nothing that is not purposeful, no matter how challenging or dark it may be. It's what we do with it that matters. It's how we harness the energy. And do we show, as we've talked about in a couple previous shows, do we harness that light for it to shine so that others may receive it, learn from it, maybe not be as fearful? So when there are things to be done, one becomes great. Approach describes new work before you that will enable you to tap your latent talent. You receive a new job or promotion because you have delegated in a way that leaves you open to greater opportunity. Advance cannot happen, however, if you don't take the initiative to seize the opportunity. It's the creative to initiate. And last but not least, it's our quote, third quote. The master said, when you place yourself in a position to help others, you discover your greater capabilities. Lin shows how leaders must remain approachable. We must remain approachable. A steadfast character and willingness to serve is noticed, and you are approached with an opportunity for advancement. It's when we remain approachable. It's when we remain in the flow. It's when we face our fears. You know, one of the silliest things in business is, people being afraid. They don't know and they're afraid to ask a question. Oh, it's going to make me look dumb or make me look weak or whatever it may be. No, it makes you look empowered. It invites unity. It invites others. Oh, there's a willingness to learn. Doesn't mean any less of you. But the opposite is what happens. Most times people act like they know or intimidate when they don't know, instead of simply just asking. So there's empowerment, and that's surrendering to yourself. There's empowerment in that, great empowerment, and it's leadership. And it brings about an endearing quality that people see. You're approachable. You don't know everything, but that's okay. You're still a wonderful leader. You're still somebody that I like working with and for. That's the alternative. So as we look I want to go to the Sabian symbols here because we have these. Number 7 from the unseen is a sneak peek. And what they're talking about is not only just a peek, like to see, but a sneak peek is in a higher octave, a peak like a mountain peak. So a sneak peek and a breathtaking view, vista. So a view can be more narrowed, but a vista is an expanse, it's wide. And it's number 7, so it's about fulfillment, divine fulfillment, the foundation of God's word, magic, awe, and wonder. Here's a Uranus that we've been speaking about in this. So a sneak peek, a breathtaking view. And they said, otherworldly advantage. This is going to give us an otherworldly advantage. So depending on where you are on the ascension, on the spiral, the more in the flow you are, the greater the otherworldly advantage. Why? It's prevalent. It's present for everyone. It's like you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. Well, okay, it's the same thing. There's a sneak peek, a breathtaking view, vista, a preview into the beyond. When you're open to it, you receive it. You're at the forefront. If you're not open to it, you're at the tail cone. It's still present it's there. It's just to what degree are you participating? So with the Sabian symbols, Dane Red Urine, astrological mandala, these Sabian symbols are for the Virgo new moon. So it's commencing this, it's commencing the eclipse season that's coming up in September. this high octane energy and everything. And this is for Uranus. Santa Claus furtively filling stockings hanging in front of the fireplace. The keynote is a rewarded faith in spiritual blessings. The popular allegory refers to the spiritual blessings which come to the pure of heart, whose consciousness is likened to that of a little child. So we're going straight to the heart of the matter, and this is talking about spiritual blessings which come to the pure in heart. Polarized by eager expectation and faith in the existence of celestial powers, the pure consciousness, as yet unsolidified by ego and rationalistic arguments, experiences the concrete manifestation of what it had imagined. This is saying before the layers of ego and everything, it's a return to the soul, the purity of the soul. In this symbol, Santa Claus acts furtively, like quickly and expeditiously and furtively. The gifts from an imagined and intensely believed in spiritual world must not be examined closely or at length by the reasoning intellect. The would-be clairvoyant is told not to look straight and intently at what he begins or she begins to see. Instead, they should cast sideways glances at it, since the sharply focused mind would make the apparition vanish. What this is talking about is, so when we see the sneak peek and the breathtaking view and vista and these otherworldly advantages, when we see the unseen, don't stare so harshly at it that you allow your mind to delete it or second guess it or minimize it. Just receive it, take it in, and keep going. There's more. Keep going, because otherwise it can vanish. To discover the wonders, and this is the Sabian symbol for Uranus, expect the unexpected. To discover the wonders of the normally unconscious depths of the collective psyche, the individual must build the proper kind of vehicle, a glass-bottom boat. You've got to be open to it, third eye, open to the intuition, open to the soul. But the reception of new blessings from the spiritual realm above, the superconscious, requires mostly faith and purity of heart, and a common type of understanding, stockings, thus a state of innocence. It requires a state of innocence. Not stupidity or naivety, but innocence, an openness to receive. I don't know everything, so let me see what the unseen brings to me, which will elevate me, inspire me, advance me forward. It could be quite revelatory. Sabian symbol for Jupiter, the unfoldment of multi-level potentialities issuing from an original germ. So this is from multiple things happening from a center point or one germ. The keynote is the life urge to actualize one's birth potential. So this is the urge of the soul to actualize. We had materialization as our key word last week. To actualize, materialize one's birth potential. What we've come to do. This is all about growth. So this symbol, the Sabian symbol for Jupiter, it's all about growth. Now, the new moon and the sun are conjunct the ascendant and the lot of fortune, as we talked about at the top of the hour. Well, a large white cross dominates the landscape, the keynote. The wisdom and compassion which only the experience of suffering and isolation can bring. The individual must have gone beyond the state of ego, subjectivity, in order truly and objectively to see and to discriminate. We have to move beyond the ego, mind, personality, human, to see what the soul sees, a sneak peek, a breathtaking view and vista. They must have learned detachment, and it is a lesson that no one can learn without the crucifixion of the ego-centered emotional life. It is the killing, the crucifixion of the ego. Yes, we need a healthy mind, ego, mind, personality. Yes. However, we're talking about moving beyond it. Remember, putting the ego, mind, personality, human in the sidecar. In the occult or wisdom tradition, the eye that, quote, sees must be washed by the blood of the heart. We're going to the heart of the matter. The experience of the cross dominates the mystic path that leads to initiation. meaning to the entrance into a greater realm of activity and participation with an exalted company of perfected beings, otherworldly advantage. While the discovery of significant features in any situation implied the use of the mind, both analytical and intuitive, now a contrasting stage is reached at which the mind itself must be left behind and perhaps even seemingly destroyed in order that compassion and understanding may rise from the depth of the innermost being, your soul. So again, this symbol for the Lot of Fortune and the Ascendant is about ego, mind, personality, human, figurative death, phoenix rising, so that the depth of the innermost being, the soul, emerges. And it's a liberating ordeal. Because again, the new is inverted from where we've been. It's the opposite of where we've been. With Lilith, dark moon Lilith, her symbol is a woman, fecundated by her own spirit, is great with child. The keynote is a total reliance upon the dictates of the God within. The God within is your soul. In contrast to the outgoing smile of the girl in the preceding symbol, here we see the result of a deep and complete concentration reaching to the innermost center of the personality, where the living God acts as a fecundating power, a birthing power, a renewal power. This reveals the potency of the inward way, looking in, the surrender of the ego to a transcendent force, which can create through the person vivid manifestations of the will of God. It's the will of the unseen. It's the will of the soul. This symbol brings to us the realization of normally hidden potentialities in the average human being of our day. Faith in the divine is shown here being concretely justified. The human person becomes, quote, a mother of the living God. This is, quote, the transpersonal way of existence. It is the way that leads to creative mutations, renewals, regeneration. So the transpersonal way is the way, and it's soul, heart, soul-centered, soul-based. And last but not least is Pluto, the symbol for Pluto. And this is all about the tower. It's all about hexagram 51, an unexpected thunderstorm. The keynote, the need to develop the inner security which will enable us to meet unexpected crises. And it ultimately, this scene stresses the fact that nature may reduce to impermanence the seemingly most permanent endeavors and constructive activities of mankind. Under a downpour of rain, adobe brick can return to mud. All human institutions and their achievements can be washed away, even in their day of great glory. Dust you were, dust you must become. This is nature's challenge. So this is just to say, Pluto, the god of the underworld, and it's in Aquarius, and it's bringing everything, it's shining the light so that we see, what have we created? It could be a thought. It could be a perception. It could be a stubbornness. It could be an institution, a way of doing things, individually, collectively. And the unseen, Mother Nature, the unseen, God, the all that is, the host, the master weaver, wipes it out. Not to harm us, to advance us, to lift us up, to allow us a greater, higher octave of healing and service, a greater life, a higher octave of self, of life. So the final thing is number 8 from the unseen. And we've had this song before, and I had a realization of, now I see. I literally had my own epiphany of, now I understand what you're saying. The unseen said, it's a song by Pat Benatar, Shadows of the Night. And in the song, Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar is a song about finding solace and courage in a relationship during challenging times, personified by the imagery of running together in the shadows. This isn't just an external relationship. This is about finding solace and courage in a relationship during challenging times. That can be with oneself. It can be with others, but it can also be with oneself. It can also be the relationship with Source, with the unseen. The song conveys a message of reassurance and support, encouraging the listener to trust in the power of their dreams and love to overcome adversity. It's about trusting in your soul self, your soul source connection. The music video, while not directly mirroring the song's lyrics, depicts Pat Benatar as a factory worker daydreaming about being a World War II fighter pilot, adding another layer of meaning related to resilience and escapism. When we become stagnant, when it's monotonous and routine, comfort zone, it's stale. And in the video, which you'll see, I'll post it to the Dearjames Facebook page, you'll see how it's monotonous. It's the same thing over and over again. And she's dreaming of something outside of herself, something greater. The symbolism of the show, of the song, The Shadows of the Nights, represents difficult times, uncertainty, and even fear. Running together in the shadows suggests finding comfort and strength in each other's presence during these periods. So again, find comfort within yourself, find comfort within the unseen, your soul source connection, and find comfort in the adversity or what you're dealing with, the uncertainty of it. It's a beautiful final closing about these energies to say, when we run with the shadows of the night, and it's number 8, so it's infinity and eternity and the magician, is to remind us that we have everything we need. There is nothing outside of us. I am the quantum leap before me. All of these energies, high octane. It's going to be, what did they say? Go with the flow, the ripple, the wave, the extreme change. Because nothing by chance, everything faded. Hold on. Well, let's hold on and see where all of this goes. But the upcoming Virgo season, which is just days out, the Virgo new moon, Virgo season, the 2 eclipses, it's going to be high octane. Be on the right train, be on the right side, in the flow with divine energies. So when the tower occurs, those tower moments occur, you're in flow with it. It's effortless. Doesn't mean you won't be, have nervousness or be, have trepidation or whatever, but there'll be a knowing. You'll just have a knowing to go, do it. Everything will work out because it beats the cosmic 2x4 whacking you from the backside. You don't want that. So love you all. Thank you all for being here, for your comments and your presence and your energy and your joy. And we will see what happens next week. Until then, be well.